Another dimension is that jinn figures are also carved on the Brahminical temples at Osiyan in Jodhpur, Rajasthan, on Surya and Harihar temples of 8th and 10th century Sarka era, Khajuraho, on Devi Jagdambi and Vishwanath temples of 11th century Sarka era, and also recently excavated Shiv temple of early 11th century Sarka era in Bij Mandal area of Khajuraho. Bhubaneswar on Mukteshwar temple of 10th century Sarka era, and in Karnataka, Vidya Shankar temple 14th century Sarka era, which reinforce the point of healthy interaction. Further, Jain art, as opined by many scholars, was not at all monotonous and dry, albeit it was equally rich in aesthetic qualities, elegance, and representational variety. The jinn images, even in their fixed customary postures, dhyan and kayasal, in accordance with the texts, are always shown beautiful. The words which are being used in the texts like Brihad Samhita and Manasar and the other Jain texts, Rupavan and Swarup. So here comes the aesthetics. And with spiritual elegance, having tremendous variety in the Parikar composition. The deities like Yakshis, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Shiv, Balaram, Ganesh and others are shown exceptionally beautiful. The 10th, 12th century Sarka era images of Saraswati from Khajuraho and Vimalvasi. In case of Vimalvasi, it is interesting to mention that in one of the images she is shown holding manuscript and veena and flanked by two standing male figures bearing measuring rods and inscribed as Kela and Loyan, the main sculptor and architect of Vimalvasi. So then Saraswati becomes the presiding goddess of fine arts also. The most elegant of all such images of Saraswati is from Pallu, Bikaner, and one of such images is now in the National Museum, Delhi, which is a rare example of divine grace, suppleness and beauty. The magnificent temples of Devgarh, Ellora, Khajuraho, Dilwara, Kumharia, Shatrunjay, Osiyan have yielded the figures of Vitaraili jinnas and of vibrating Yakshi Mahavidyas and Apsarases, means the damsels, to express the same beauty and grace. Jainas of both these sects were liberal in assimilation and inclined towards making innovations in art, without violating the textual injunctions. Devgarh in Lalitpur district of Uttar Pradesh was most prolific in this context, which has yielded such images wherein with 2 or 3 jinas are the highest in Jain worship. No one else is supposed to be at par with the jinas. But what happened in innovatory forms at different places, especially at Devgarh, is that such images wherein with 2 or 3 jinas, either Saraswati. Why Saraswati? Because she is the personification of Jain texts embodying the preachings of jinas. Or Bahubali, because he is the epitome of aparigraha, is shown at par with the jinas in the same image. Following the tradition, Jainas, very interesting, following the tradition of composite character of Indian culture and art and its visual expression in the forms of Ardhanarishwar, Harihar and Harihar Hiranyagarbha, also attempted at such renderings from Kushan Gupta period to be found mainly from Mathura, Rajgir and Devgarh. In such examples of Dvitirthi, Tritirthi or Chaumukhi, 2, 3, 4 jinas shown together, Chaumukhi is also called in inscription Pratima Sarvato Bhadrika, an image auspicious from all the sides. And even in single jin image, 2, 3 or 4 jinas are shown together. Rajgir alone in between 6th and 11th century Sarka era has yielded several composite jin images in one single image like that of the concept of Ardhanarishwar and Harihar. We find the representation of 2 jinas, very interesting, so far not referred to, which represent Suparshanath Neminath, The jinn will be having 5-headed snake canopy, while the cognizance on the pedestal will be conch. So here comes the composite. Parshvanath, Ajitnath, 7-headed snake canopy, the cognizance elephant, and Parshvanath Mahavir. Another rare example of 7-headed jinn image is in the Battersea Reserve collection of Victoria and Albert Museum, which I happened to see during my last visit, London. The image is dated in Veer Samvat 1928, which comes to 1401 Sarka era. The seated figure without pratiharyas in stone has a crescent carved on the pedestal, which is the cognizance of Jinn Chandraprabha. Perhaps the name of the jinn is also given in the inscription. So these are the innovative forms. The figures, another point, the figures of yakshas and yakshis, Shasan Devatas, which are called in Harivansha Purana Jina Ashrita, are carved invariably on the right and left extremity of the pedestals of the images of the Vitaragi Jinas, epitome of spirituality, to cater to the need of the material or worldly aspirations of the worshippers. Very important. How the social aspirations are being fulfilled through the images. Because they were not going to compromise by any means with the basic tenets of aparigraha, non-violence, and the meditation, means sadhana. And because of that, we find only 2 postures to be shown with the jinas, and without making any change right from the beginning down to the present day. But the social aspirations were to be fulfilled, and the way they could find out was very, very intelligent and interesting. The figures of yakshas and yakshis, Shasan Devatas, are carved invariably on the right and left extremity of the pedestals of the images of the Vitaragi Jinas to cater to the need of the material or worldly aspirations of the worshippers. According to Jain text, Harivansha Purana, it is supported textually, of 783 Sarka era, Shasan Devatas are to fulfill the worldly desires of the common worshippers and remove the pangs of evil spirits and grahas and rogas. Here comes in one single icon format the fusion of both spiritual, represented through the jinas, and material, represented through the yaksha, presence of yaksha figures, attainments. Such fusion is also indicative of the possible futuristic change of mental attitude of worshippers from worldly to spiritual by way of the constant presence of the jinas in all such figures. The study of social engineering of Jain art is also important and needs our attention. The Jain images of Kushan period from Mathura and several other places bear testimony to such social engineering, wherein the contribution of all the strata and segments of society have been recorded, including those of women and business community. The pedestal inscriptions of Jain images of Kushan period show that entire society was contributing to the carving of Jain images to make it a mass activity. Apparently, the liberal Jain social concept of equality without disparity of caste or class encouraged the business class people to accept Jainism and contribute to its development by different means. This remained the socio-economic features of subsequent period also. Most of the Kushan inscriptions from Mathura refer that jinn and other images were installed or prepared for the welfare and happiness of all. Sattva Sattvanam It Sukhaya. The inscriptions frequently provide the names of merchants, restaurant, traders, sarthva, perfumers, gandhik, goldsmiths, swarnakar, ironsmiths, loh karmak, sailors, navik, barbers, napit, dancers, nartak, prostitutes, veshyas, ladies of foreign origin like Ogha, Okharika, Ujhatika, and different guilds, gostis of traders who contributed immensely.